Welcome to the Work Wives and Real Lives podcast. I'm Katie.
And I'm Ava. We're two best friends and coworkers spilling the tea on business, boundaries, and all the beautiful chaos in between.
From workday wins to real life messes, we're talking through it all.
Unfiltered, unpolished, and always putting friendship first.
Think of it as your weekly catch up with your favorite coworker turned soul sister.
So grab your coffee
or your wine
and let's get into it.
Stunning. Everyone, it's your favorite work wives here, Katie and Ava. How we all doing? What's up? Oh, I missed one. We have a very special episode coming to you today. So we're not going to do our normal multi-part series because we have so much to talk about. We had the most epic weekend ever, and we're going to talk about that and share it. Did you enjoy it?
I had a blast. Whole weekend was just so, I don't even have words.
We don't have words. We're going to get into it.
Words. I have lots of words, but all great words because every single day was so much fun. And we're going to do a deep dive of every day because there was a lot.
You have to.
Lot of fun to be had every day.
It was the best.
It was.
But before we get into that, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, comment, all the things. We love you guys being here. Also, if you don't watch us, we still love that. If you just listen, if your only time is in the car, we respect that. We love you for being here. We do recommend, though, if you do have the time and space and proper ability to watch us on YouTube, because there's a lot that happens on screen, like fly spotting, dogs, other shenanigans, children that just pop up. So you might not hear it, but you'll see it. So follow us on YouTube, subscribe there. But yeah, you're going to get a very special episode of that today, and we will get back to our regularly programmed content next week of all the segments that we love to talk about here. But you're just going to get a weekend update today, and we hope you guys appreciate it and enjoy it.
Yeah. Let's dive in. So let's get into our weekend extravaganza. So Katie renewed her vows. She celebrated 10 years of marriage to her lovely husband, G-Baby. So I feel like there's a lot that happened on like my end and probably a lot that happened on your end. So we're just going to break it down by day. You renewed your vows in Paso Robles, and your parents have a very beautiful property out there. And take it away. When did you get there? What happened?
There.
What did I miss out on Thursday?
Not a lot. We got there right around dinner time, and we had planned to go to a brewery for dinner with, like, it was an open invitation. If you're in town, come. But it was raining off and on, and the brewery's all outdoor seating, and so predominantly outdoor seating. And honestly, by the time, it was like a 5-hour drive, so we left our house and we had to stop at this wine shop in Hollywood called K&L Wines. There's a few of them, to pick up all of the wine we had ordered for the party. And I had asked my husband to do it. Yes, it is on the way up-ish, but I had asked him to do it earlier in the week because driving into downtown Hollywood is just not something I want to do on what is normally a 4-hour drive. So, of course...
No, it's not ideal at any hour.
I never want to go there, if I'm being honest, but I will for wine. He did not go earlier in the week. He went golfing instead, which...
Love it.
You know, we all make choices, some of them good, some of them not good. But we call ahead to the wine shop and we're like, hey, we want all of our wine. Like, no, we want all of our wine. Like, we'll be there in an hour, and they'll usually, like, if you give them a heads up, they'll pull it from the warehouse so it's ready for you when you get there. So we get there and it was not ready for us. And if you've been in the Hollywood area in recent years, it's not like an area you want to sit in a parking lot for half an hour.
No. And you had the children with you too,
I had
Right.
the children, I had the 125-pound dog. Um, and it so they find the wine, they're going back and forth. Garrett's trying to count the cases and he's like convinced we're missing wine. And at this point, I'm like, I've had it. I'm livid. I'm ripping him in this group chat with another couple who were the ones that helped us order all the wine. I've just had it and then we go across the street. So whatever, we eventually get the wine. Then we go across the street to McDonald's because the children are hungry. And of course, our order just takes too long. So they have to make us park and wait for our food to come out. And I'm at this point, I'm like, get me out of this fucking town. I
No.
hate LA. Like, no offense if you live there. There are great pockets of LA. Central Hollywood is not one of where I'd recommend going. And tangent, when people come from out of state to California for the first time, you've had
And
some
they
of
go to
these.
Hollywood.
They go to Hollywood. They're like, where are you going? And, oh, you're coming out to California. Where are you going? Oh, we're going to Hollywood. I'm like,
I'm like, I recommend not.
did you like maybe go on
People,
like Reddit or like any sort, like just Google where like, and don't ever go there. It's terrible.
they think it's like the movies, and I'm like, it's far from it, people. Like, you
Yeah.
have the Cookie Monster that's from Temu, and you have freaking Elmo on the street, and they're questionable. It's like Times Square, but
It's worse.
if it, yeah,
I
like
feel like it's worse because
worse. Hmm.
you're gonna see someone just pull their pants down and take a shit on the street at any given
I've
moment.
seen it. I've seen it.
I
I've
I
seen it
was
happen.
in at my last job, we had a property in Little Tokyo, which isn't like terribly far, and we were doing a property walk, and this guy just whips it out and starts peeing on the side of the building. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's you know 11
That's my
a.m. on a Wednesday, but sure,
Yeah, it's my favorite thing to do when I'm in LA is like, is that dog poop or human poop? We're not quite sure.
we don't know.
Could be a poop size like Pepper, or it could be a human.
You know what's funny? On the drive back, Everett was like, Mommy, there's this really fun game, and it's called Try Not to Step on the Dog Poop. And I was like, oh, that's a game I play every day. You know,
Yeah, we
we play
play
that
that
every
every
day.
day.
It's just a
That's
state of
great.
being. Anyway, so we eventually exodus Hollywood. We get up through the Grapevine. It's torrential downpour. And then my son has to go to the bathroom. There's two exits you can take to get off the 5 into Paso. The main one most people take is Lost Hills, but there is one you can take before called Lurdo, and it takes you through some like farmland. I don't know, farms. It's kind of hit and miss though because it's a single lane each way. So if there is something going on, you're kind of shit out of luck. So of
Yeah.
course, my son has to go to the bathroom right before we get to this off ramp. So we get off. There's Praise, a brand new Chevron gas station because there was no gas stations or anywhere to stop really at that exit before. So we get in. He's got to take the world's longest poo. This kitten poop, I swear. Literally the thing was brand new. They were still stocking the shelves because we had drove by a month before and it was still under construction. So whatever. We get him done. We get snacks. Cleanest 10 out of 10 Chevron, and they're also opening a shawarma kind of
Ooh,
fast service restaurant concept within the Chevron station. Great.
wow.
The proprietors were great. They were super nice people. Highly recommend that Chevron. So then we're driving, and of course there's road construction, and we're stopped for about 20 to 25 minutes because it's single
Oh
lane,
no.
and we're
Yeah.
waiting. And so at this point I've had it. I'm done. So we eventually get to the house. No one wants to go anywhere. It was still kind of raining. So we ended up just ordering a bunch of pizza and drank a bunch of wine. And Garrett's sister and her husband and kids came up to the house, and we had some other friends there already, and my parents. So my grandpa. Um, so
Sweet
yeah,
man.
that was Thursday. Sweet man. We're
Fun.
gonna get into more of Grandpa later. We need to
Yeah, we'll
get him
get
on the pod.
into. Oh, I would love Grandpa on the pod.
I don't think he would do it, but we really need him on the pod.
If we were to get my husband on here, he would.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever getting your husband on.
Probably not.
No.
No.
Um, and then Friday, I'll tell my version of Friday and then you can tell your version of Friday. Or
Okay.
did you have anything to add to Thursday?
Trying to remember Thursday, I was in California, and so I just naturally went to the studios and studio and just was working and then met up with some friends and went to our favorite bar slash restaurant, The Cellar in Fullerton. Shout out. It's the best. I love the
Are these
food, the
your Brea
atmosphere.
friends?
Yes.
Okay, they're allowed.
Well, Plymouth Park.
Um, Whatever.
Yes.
Over there. The
Yes.
cellar is delicious though. I used to go
Ugh,
there every year for my
so good.
birthday.
Oh, we would go every year for my birthday, and that's where I was proposed to.
It's a beautiful restaurant and it's so yummy. When I was like 8, I was eating my birthday dinner there and I was wearing this like big dress and stuff.
So
And
cute.
Carl Karcher was there who founded Carl's Jr. I had no idea who he was. My parents knew him. And
Mm,
so I went up to him and said hi because my parents asked me to, I think. And he handed me Carl's Jr. He just whips out Carl's Jr. free burger
I love
coupons out
that.
of his pocket.
You're like, "Hi, sir. Thank you for your service. We thoroughly enjoy your chicken nugget stars," which
Actually,
I
I
don't
did
think.
enjoy the stars as a kid. I don't enjoy Carl's Jr. as an adult.
No, out here, they're called Hardee's, and
Mm,
I don't think they have the star nuggets anymore, the star chicken tendies, but those things slap.
they slapped. Um,
But yeah, that was my
Cute.
Thursday. But Friday,
Friday, we all came together. So there
the group
was,
chat came alive.
yeah, we made it out of the group chat. So Friday we had planned the guys were going to go golfing and the girls were going to go wine tasting. At one point, it evolved to the girls and the gays because they didn't want to golf. And then my husband's not the best communicator and planner on things. And so a couple of days before we went up, I was like, "Oh, what time's your tea time on Friday?" And he's like, "Oh, it's at 8:30." And I was like, "Oh, well, these two guys, one of them was Ava's husband, well, Ava and her husband, and there was another couple." I was like, "They're not coming up till Friday morning. Do they know what time the tea time is?" And he's like, "Well, I don't know. You just told me they wanted to golf." And I'm like, "I don't know what your plan is. I just told you they were interested." So
Yeah.
I text both couples, and of course they're like, "No, there's no way we can be there by 8:30 in the morning." So, um, Ava's husband ended up coming wine tasting. The boys went off golfing. Um, Garrett, oh my God, I totally forgot. So Thursday night, Garrett was unhinged, and I think I went to bed with the kids around 9:30. I roll over in the middle of the night at 1:15 because I'm like so hot because that we had tripped the breaker or something, so the AC turned off and all the doors and windows were closed. And there's no Garrett in my bed. There's a pepper dog, but there's no Garrett. So we were staying in our trailer on my parents' property because the house was full with family. And so I peek my head out the door, and he's still out with Tim and Cody, and I think Alex doing just talking. At one point, they went on a golf cart tour in the middle of the night up the vineyard. None of these things are recommended at all.
No.
And he eventually stumbles into bed at 2 in the morning. So golf, I'm sure, was real fun for him the next morning.
Wild.
Wild. But we went wine tasting. It was great. We had yummy sandwiches. I messed up Ava's order. She didn't get a sandwich. I didn't mess it up. She ordered the veggie. They had switched the veggie to a caprese because that's what they were like serving it that day. It was like a
Yeah.
kind of made to order sandwich place. And you had to like pre-order it a week in advance. I didn't, they told me they changed it, but I didn't go back and look to see who ordered the veggie and didn't put two and two together that I should have because Ava's has a dairy allergy, so she could not eat a caprese salad.
No, it's fine.
But the wine was yummy.
The wine was amazing. Um,
Shout out Pay Chair. It
so
is
good.
one of the best wineries in Paso. Check it out if you're ever up there. You can't really find a lot of their stuff in stores. I don't think I've ever seen it in stores. But you can order online and the nicest winemaker. and business owner wife, and their family's amazing. And they have a really cool artist do all of their labels. The wine is just top tier. And it's reasonably priced. So check them out.
It is. No, I love that place. I went one time with you all and very family friendly. The owners are lovely people. And the art on the wine bottles, like you said, it's so pretty, so unique, and very colorful, which I enjoy because you don't really see that much like color pop on. I mean, you do, but I don't know. It's really good. I
Yeah,
love it.
I love it. I'm drinking it right now.
How are
I'm
you?
drinking the Easy Road. Remember, you liked that one.
Oh yeah, I just kept that one flowing.
Yeah.
That one was flowing all day at the winery.
Yeah. So then a group of the guys that finished golf early met us at the winery. My husband did not. He stayed at the golf course drinking, I'm alleging,
That's
until
about right.
about 45 minutes before our rehearsal for our vow renewal was supposed to start. I'm just irritated and just as one is. Um, and then we did the vow renewal, so I want nothing to do with this man. I don't want to touch him. I, I don't want to like wrap my arm around him. I'm like, you chose to stay and golf with or drink with all of your half of the guys because some of the guys actually came back and hung out with their wives.
Yeah.
Um, you chose to stay and not hang out with me. It's our vow renewal weekend. You came back drunk. I have to deal with all this by myself. Typical, uh,
It's
typical
another
married problem,
yeah,
people problems.
yeah.
Um, we should have absolutely rehearsed the walk down the aisle better to the music because that's a whole thing we'll get into for Saturday. Um, but then we got into our rehearsal dinner, which was the main part I was excited for. We had a
So good.
hibachi company come do the whole hibachi thing in our backyard, my parents' backyard. They brought the sake squirt guns. They brought the fun. Oh, just
The best.
my favorite was they gave me the squirt gun to go around and squirt people. And I try to squeeze it at first, and it's just like a sad little thing. And they're like, oh, no, you have to pump it. So I pump this thing all
She's
the
going to
way.
town on it.
I'm going to town, and I just aim it. I think it was at my sister-in-law. Sorry, Lauren. And I just shoot it, but it was so strong and powerful. I think it went like right in her eyeball.
Oh no.
And I'm just
I
dousing
missed that.
people left and right. Like
Yeah, you were going yeah.
it
That
was
had a lot of
so
power,
good.
a
It
lot of
did.
force in that one.
Yeah. My husband ended up in the pool with his friend. There was a lot of
Yeah,
very
that was that night.
drunk people. Yeah.
There was. Um, I'm gonna take us back to the winery because that is where Katie's sweet, sweet grandfather
Oh
was just
yeah.
sitting. I will say he has amazing teeth. Are those all natural?
I've never seen him
That
take them
was
out. I've never seen him take
that
them
was
out.
the
I don't know if
first
I
thing I
would.
noticed about him was his teeth. I was like, "Man, look at
I will
those."
ask him. I've never seen him take them out. I don't know that I
Would
would
love
ever
to know who
see
his
him.
dentist is.
It's my uncle. But
Stop. Wait, the one that was there?
no, that he didn't come.
Okay. That's another
We'll
thing.
get into my other uncle. I have lots of uncles. Uh,
Yeah.
my mom had 7 brothers and sisters, and
Yes.
they had four boys and 2 other girls. So
Yeah.
they had 8 kids total. So no, 5 and 3. 5 boys, 3 girls. Anyways,
But he was just
my
living
grandpa's
his best life,
he
sitting there
is
at the winery, just taking it all in. And then he met his new best friend.
his new best friend. He fell in love with Ava's husband. Ava's husband's like the sweetest guy as
He's
well.
okay. Yeah.
Well, at least with other people. At least
No,
with
he
grandpas.
is. Yes.
Grandpas
No,
love
he
him.
is a very sweet man.
Uh, but they were, he was just asking my grandpa like all about his life and his time in Korea when he was in the war there. And I think my grandpa really just appreciated like how interested he was in his story, and
Yeah.
um he just really loved that.
It was so cute watching them just, like, hang out with each other and chat. It was really sweet, and just seeing your grandpa's face light up, that
Yeah.
was so sweet. I loved it. Um, yeah, I got a little shwasted.
I think you were pretty drunk by the time we left the winery. Mostly because you probably didn't have as much.
Jamie gave me half of hers, and we just
Mm,
kind of scraped off some things, and I had some chips.
there you go.
Someone gave me a cookie.
You were feeling good though. I rode back with you and you were
Did
feeling
you?
good. I did.
See, this is where things start getting a little blurry. Things start getting a little blurry for me after wine tasting.
I love this.
I don't remember that, but that's great.
You drove me back. Thank you. Not
You're
you.
welcome.
Your husband drove.
Yeah,
Disclaimer.
no, I did not drive. Um, but yes, the winery was amazing. And then we got back to your place, and I just remember we briefly went through the ceremony, like very briefly.
Hmm.
And it probably needed, like you said, the walk down
Yeah.
and rehearsing it to the music. I mean, the music selection, chef's kiss.
So the music we were walking down the aisle to was the Eras, obviously Taylor. I'm not even, I shouldn't have to say Taylor Swift, but the Taylor Swift Eras tour
Yes.
opening, like from the actual concert where it's been a long time, like the thing with the, big, the
Feather
pink and
things.
orange, big peacock things. Um, and so the whole plan was to have the whole wedding party, which there were a lot of us, walk down
Yep.
during that part. And then when Taylor Swift pops out on stage for Miss Americana, that's when I was supposed to come out and I was going to do the whole like choreographed dance down the aisle.
Oh,
I
yes.
had dance moves planned. So,
Oh,
anyways,
no.
just that's setting the stage for the Saturday story. But
I
that's,
forgot about that. Yes.
yeah, it's okay.
No,
Um,
we'll do it again.
but yeah, how was your dinner experience? I also don't remember what happened after dinner. I think I just went to bed, but
Dinner was It was great. It sat next to Garrett's parents, and I just love that everyone who was meeting me, they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're Ava?" I'm like, "Yes, it is I.
this
It
I'm
is
real.
I. I'm real." And they're like, "We listened to the podcast." I'm like, "Love it. Love you
They
all."
do.
I mean, Garrett's mom said, she was like, "Oh, you're Ava. You're the one that does the podcast with Katie." So I don't know if she listens, but she knows.
She knows of it. That's good.
Yes, so hello.
Hello.
Hello, if you're listening. It was great
Hello.
sitting next to you and having dinner. Your brother at dinner,
Wild.
poor Lauren. She she gave up on that
So before
man-child.
dinner, I totally forgot. We were getting ready to do the rehearsal, and my brother was, I'm convinced. So he was in the pool in like a pool lounger chair thing, like a floaty one. I'm convinced he was asleep.
He was asleep,
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, there were people watching him, don't worry. He wasn't going to drown, but Lauren was like apologizing, I think, my sister-in-law at one point, and I was like, honestly, don't. It's not his
No,
wedding. At your wedding, as we all recall, I got blacked out wasted and was throwing up by 8:30 at night. So like he's fine. He's not hurting anyone. Just let him enjoy his life, you know? So
he was having a
yeah.
great time. And then at one point, I think it was after he got out of the water and we were doing the actual rehearsal, he had his swim trunks on, and then he put on a shirt but tucked it into his swim trunks and then had a Hawaiian, like, button down, like, open. I was like,
But then
"That's a look."
he tucked the bottom of the Hawaiian shirt into the pants as
Did
well.
he? Oh,
So it was like a t-shirt and a Hawaiian shirt unbuttoned tucked into the pants.
amazing.
It
He
was
was living
classic.
his best life, and then later on in the night, he made his way back into the water, but he was in the jacuzzi with all the kids, and I think someone I heard, they're like, "Who's watching the kids?" And so it was like, "Oh, don't worry, Jeff's in there." And Jeff, yeah, we're like, "Is he awake? Is he asleep? We don't know." But
Everyone survived.
everyone survived. The hibachi dinner is just always a crowd pleaser with the show of it all and the sake water guns. It's the kids have fun with it because they get to get involved with like actual water and squirting it into people's faces.
Yep.
Lots of squirting.
Lots of squirting.
Lots of squirting.
Yeah. So shout out to Love Hibachi. That's the company we use. They are nationwide and not every market, but they do have markets around the country. I think
Yeah,
another company is called like Hibachi to You. There's a ton. So check them out. It's
so good.
honestly pretty affordable for a big party and it's just a really fun time.
Yeah. And then when we got back, so I stayed in a Airbnb with some of our other friends, and we continued the party, not for that long, but long enough for my husband to start doing interpretive dancing in front of us all. I don't know how it began, but he just started going and then pulled me in. And of course, I'm not going to say no to that.
Yeah.
So we just
What
put
was
on
the dance too?
nothing. We were just,
There was no music?
there was no music. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't remember
Interesting.
how it all began, but he just started dancing away, his little
I
heart out,
I love it. I love it.
and I followed suit. I was like, "I won't leave you hanging. Here I go." And so, I don't know if anything else happened that night. Oh, wait, yes, a lot happened after we left with
Yes.
a broken foot.
Yeah, so
Um,
then my sister-in-law, my other sister-in-law, she was walking to go to the hot tub at night in her Airbnb, which is on my parents' property, and missed the step, fell. So the next morning I get a text like, "Do you have crutches?" I don't think it's broken. Last I heard it was a torn something, some sort of ligament
Okay.
situation or a bad sprain.
Ooh,
Um, and then my dad got accidentally pushed by a child into two tables. I don't know if it was an accident, but we're gonna call it an accident. Into two tables, took out the tables, fell, shattered his wine glass, and cut his ankle up so bad. I had no idea any of this happened.
mm,
I went to bed early, so this all
yeah.
happened at the house after I left with my kids. I go up the next morning, severely hungover. Like the sake hangover was incredible.
It was real.
It was the worst headache I think I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
And I sit down and my dad's in the living room and he, I don't know, we were talking about last night or something. And he just pulls up the pant leg of his pajamas. He's like, yeah, I got my foot up really bad. I was like, oh my God. Like it was like he got mauled by a tiger. It was so
Oh,
bad. We
no.
were Garrett and our friend Alex and I were cleaning up the outside, getting ready for the day, and there was just glass everywhere. So we were just vacuuming,
Shoot.
sweeping. Yeah, it was bad. I was like, what happened after I left? Apparently a lot.
Yeah. We left before everyone else did because I was like, I cannot stay any longer or I will be unwell tomorrow. Like
Yeah.
I gotta go. I gotta go to bed
I
or
think
at
I
least
left
take
like
this elsewhere.
yeah, I think I left about the same time as you left me and I just went down the driveway a little bit to our trailer. But I that was a fun night. And then
It
Saturday.
was a lot of fun. Saturday, woke up extremely hungover. I was
Extremely.
like, oh man, I my face was so swollen. I was
Oh,
doing
so
all the
puffy.
things. We were
So
so
puffy.
puffy, all of us. Uh, but,
Our friend
we
Tim,
rallied.
he so our we had a couple people that had brought trailers to stay in on property, but our friends Cody and Jamie were sharing their trailer with her sister, Amy, Cocoa Puff, and Harps. Um, and Cocoa Puff is Tim's loving nickname. Um, and Cody decided he was going to sleep outside. It was actually very nice out. And I walked out the next morning and he's just like cuddled up in a blanket on one of those like zero gravity recliner camp chairs. I was like, "Did you sleep out here all night?" And he's like, "Yeah, it was great. It was beautiful." I was like, "Oh, that was on purpose."
Love
She's like, "Yeah."
that.
Tim slept in a car. And so I go up to the house for a bit, I get coffee. I come back down to, I think, I think I had one of my kids with me. I went to go get the other kids. And I see Tim coming out, going into the shower at the building that was next to them that had a shower in it. And his eyes are so swollen. I'm convinced they're shut. Like and I was puffy too, but he was like another level. And all he does is he goes as he's walking to the shower. And I was like, "You had a good night, my friend. You had a good night."
Throws a fist up in the air. He's like, yep,
So the girls slept in the trailer and the boys slept elsewhere, in a
love that.
car and on a chair outside.
That's very
Um,
on point for that group.
it truly is. But yeah, I think during the day was casual. We were all trying to depuff and we all got ready together, which was fun.
Yes, that was a lot of fun. We all got ready together. And as we're getting ready, some of the vendors start coming in, and Katie had hired a person to do like social media content and follow her around during the ceremony and during cocktail hour, all that jazz. And she walks in and she's like, "Hi, I'm best friends of the bride." And I was like, "Fuck, you're not." I was like, what?" She's like, "I'm best friends of the bride." I'm like, "No, you're not." I literally said that. I was like,
I missed this whole exchange. I don't know where I was, but I missed
I
it.
was like, no. In the back of my head, I'm like, "I'm the bride's best friend. I don't know who the fuck you are, lady." And then she was like, "Oh, I'm a social media like content creator." I was like, "Okay." She probably thinks I was like the rudest person ever because I'm like, "Who the hell is this girl thinking she's best friends with Katie and is like coming up in here just like flaunting that she's a social media content creator?" I'm like, no, that's me." Okay.
I think wasn't Kelsey there too? And
I
then
think
like,
so. Yeah.
didn't the makeup artist like mention that you guys
Yes.
like dust-stared her?
Yes. The makeup artist was like, "Oh my gosh, girls." Oh, it was so funny. And then the next day, that is when Kelsey and I found out that she
It was the
actually
name
has
of
a
the
business
company.
called
Yeah.
Best Friend of the Bride because she follows the bride around and gets all the social media content, and it all came together.
One hot take on that. They were fantastic. So shout out to Best Friends of the Bride. I didn't know this was an actual business. Obviously, I know what content creators are and stuff, but I didn't realize they had ones like that specialized and were specific to weddings. And so I had asked my planner, I said, I want to get a videographer because I still love watching back my wedding video. But when I watch back my wedding video, I watch back the couple minute like highlight reel they made.
Yeah.
I have never sat and watched my
Sorry,
entire
my
wedding back.
sweater is like,
Oh, okay.
I don't know
Situation.
what's
What is
happening here.
happening? I think you're
I was
missing an
just trying to
arm.
cool with like, you know how sometimes I do the sweater over the shoulders. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
so sophisticated today. You know what? It's coming
Okay.
off, boys. There we go. We're fine.
Um, but yeah, so my planner was like, videographers are expensive. Like, what do you really want out of it? Because
Yeah.
we were trying to ball on a budget. And I was like, I just want like the highlight reel. I just want like a fun, this is what happened. She's like, oh, they have like content creators now. They're like a fraction of the cost. They film it all on an iPhone. So it's not, with a professional camera
Yeah.
or anything. And I was like, that's fucking perfect. And so if videography isn't like the one thing you want to spend a ton of money on at your wedding or your vow renewal or your party or whatever it is, check out content creators because She turned everything around in 24 hours. I have hours of raw footage. And then she
That's
made
awesome.
a short highlight reel, which I've already posted, and then she made a slightly longer one, which I have not posted yet. So, she was great. Shout out Nadia from Best Friends with the Bride.
Shout out. I swear
Shout
I'm a
out.
nice person.
That's probably why you didn't make the cut in any of the videos.
Probably.
No, I'm kidding. She wouldn't do that.
Man, that's awesome. But, I'm trying to think what else happened as we were getting ready.
I don't think anything major. I
I
think then
could sense you were a little anxious.
I do get anxiety about, so I was almost a runner at my wedding. My first wedding where they basically started the ceremony 15 minutes early because I was about to lose it and just I was like not going to go up. I get very anxious talking about feelings, especially my own, and I don't like sharing my feelings with other people, as we've talked about with having boundaries and, what you're comfortable with sharing at work or the kind of person you bring to work as yourself. So, it's not specific to my job. If you used to work for me, it is just how I am. I do not like talking about feelings or being vulnerable or having any of those kinds of feelings. So, the whole original intent of the weekend was supposed to be just a big party with all of our friends and family coming together. The actual vow renewal component of it got added on because my son and my daughter and my nieces really wanted to be like in the wedding. Like they wanted to be flower girls. There was no rings to
Yeah.
exchange. So my son was just like, riding down the aisle on his tractor, and
He brought beers.
he brought beers down the aisle in his tractor. So literally that is the only reason the actual ceremony component got added, but as it got closer and closer, I was getting so much anxiety. I hadn't written my vows, and of course my husband writes always like the most beautiful vows, just annoying. And so I made him give me his phone like a couple minutes before we were supposed to walk out because I was like, I need to have something to say and I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
So let me just read yours. And so he gives me his phone, I read his. Of course, they're super lovely. And it just clicked and it came to me. I was like, all right, I'm just typing these out. And we intentionally wanted the ceremony like as short as it could be because we just wanted to like have a party and have fun. So once I wrote them down in his phone, my anxiety like pretty much slipped away. And then, oh, I totally forgot. So in between the getting ready, I decided we needed smoke machines
Yeah.
for the
That
walk down
was
the aisle.
a quick
So
add-on.
it was a quick add-on. So what does Cody do? And Amy and Jamie's dad, they go to Spirit Halloween and buy smoke machines.
Bless.
That was
So good.
fantastic. I loved looking out and just seeing them trying to set them up and like run extension cords and the whole thing. Um, so then we're lined up to walk down the aisle. I had to walk out at the 2 minute and 2 second mark. Like that's of this recording of essentially the Eras Tour intro, which is like technically I think it's like loaded as a podcast on Spotify by someone else. It's not like authorized recording.
Yeah.
Neither here nor there. So 202 was the mark, but the song when you push play on it, it's kind of silent for a few seconds before the
So you can't
actual.
hear if it's,
So
like, actually on.
yes,
Like, do
so
we go? Do we not go?
right,
Did someone hit
so
play? We're not quite sure.
right, so the DJ had the music. My planner had her phone, and by the time I got up to the front, I could see the timer was on it, and
Yeah.
it was way off. So at this point, my nerves hit. I'm like, I'm not gonna make my intro anyway.
No.
The flower girls are just starting to walk down at the 202 mark, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Fuck it, I'm over this." And so all the
You did walk
choreo,
down really fast. I was
I
like,
was just
"Whoa,
over
she's a
it.
speed
I just
walker."
wanted to. I No one even realized I was walking down the aisle because my son was driving a tractor with beer behind it and kept like driving into the
What?
chairs.
Yeah.
And people kept stopping him to get beers, which was another component like we didn't factor into the timeline. And
Right.
so I just started walking immediately behind. I'm so sorry to my planner. I was probably very rude. I don't think I said anything. I just started walking. I didn't wait for her to tell me to go. I
No,
was
she
like, you know what? I'm over
understands.
it. I just
She's
want
a
to be.
lovely, lovely lady.
She was the best. Shout out Renee from I Do Events in the Central Coast. So
She also
she
listens to the pod.
oh, she does.
I don't know if she listens, but she was another one. She's like, "Oh my gosh, Ava." I was like, "Yeah."
The pod. I love it. No, so she did my brother and my sister-in-law's wedding in May, and that's how we got connected with her. She's literally the best of the best, so fantastic.
So good.
But the nerves hit me about having to do the choreo. I knew I was gonna miss my mark. And like at this point I was like, I just want the ceremony over with. I didn't want to do it in the first place. I get nervous talking about feelings. I'm doing this choreo, which I was excited about, but then I was no longer excited about. And I was like, just get me up there. I want to get to the bar and eat food.
Yeah.
So
I
I
totally
just
forgot
take
about your
off.
choreo. You did because I was watching Evie kind of like ram his truck into everyone like sitting in the aisle seat. And then out of nowhere, I just see like Katie. It was like a flash before my eyes. I was like, oh, look, there she is. Do we all stand?
There she is. No, yeah, no, no one knew what to
Here's the
do.
bride.
I just got the nerves hit me. I was just thrown off by the timing.
I was
Anyway,
like,
so
damn, she's fast.
if you are planning a choreographed dance that some people don't know about, and it has very specific timing, I recommend rehearsing it in advance because we did not.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Anyways, this wasn't a real wedding, and this is like the whole point of it. Is it was just supposed to be fun, and it was.
It felt
But
like a real wedding, though, and it was so exciting to be part of a wedding again. And being part of it, I was so blessed to be included. And I think I said that to you, and you were like, "Well, yeah." You're like
yeah,
you're
what?
like my best friend. I was like, "Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like I'm just a newcomer." And then the night before, looking at the, like, layout and the timing of everything, I was like, "I'm doing a speech?"
I told you you were doing a speech.
You
No,
may have told me, I don't remember, but in that moment, I was like, "What?" I for sure knew Kelsey was gonna give a speech because 'cause she's been your best friend for, like, many, many years, and then I saw our names together, I was like, "Well, me? Why?" But,
because you were co-maids of honor.
yes, that I did not know, but
Oh, okay. Well, now you know.
that's like another wedding I was in. I had no idea I was just, like, solely the maid of honor. Like, I knew I was the maid of honor, but I thought I was co-maid of honor with her sister until the night before at the rehearsal. I was like, "I don't need to go last, like, you're her sister, you go." She's like, "No, you're the maid of honor." I was like, "So are you?" She's like, "No, I'm not." I'm like, "Oh, cool."
Cool.
Well, that's fun.
I love it.
But, yeah, that was funny.
Um, yeah. So that was a ceremony, and then our
There were
photographer.
alpacas.
There was alpacas. These alpacas did not want to be there at first. I'm not
It
convinced
was
they signed
hot.
it. It was hot.
Yeah, but
There was a lot.
once they got into the groove, they're like, "Oh, yes, okay, we understand.
We understand the
We
assignment.
understand the assignment now." They were a hit. They were so awesome. I think I have more videos and photos of the alpacas than I do of myself.
Probably. They
Absolutely.
were dressed up as like a bride and groom. So one of them had like a flower garland on, and the other had a little top hat and like a little necklace that looked like a tuxedo. It was
It was
iconic.
awesome. It was so iconic. Um, they were a huge hit. I loved it so much, and I feel like the sunset too, it was just, like, perfect. All the videos
Yeah.
and photos I got of you and Garrett taking those photos off to the side, it was like a postcard.
Yeah. The sun was doing its thing, and we
It was really
had,
showing off.
yeah, we had the best photographer. Everyone was just great. And I was just super excited the whole night for the food. I carefully curated this food menu because it was all my favorite things. None of it made sense together, but it was just fantastic. So let me just walk you through the food scene. You being everyone, because Ava was there, she knows. So we had tray passed oysters with caviar bumps. The caviar bumps were
Stunning.
a huge hit. The caviar went so fast.
There's a video of me just, like, throwing it all the way back. I don't know why I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, "No, you can just literally put your hand up and have it," but I went full
Yeah.
force, like, boom.
Boom. We had little shot glasses of tomato soup with grilled cheeses that
That was
were
really
a
cute.
nod to our wedding because that's one of the appetizers we had at our wedding.
Cute.
We had bacon wrapped dates, which are so good. Did you have any of them?
I
Because
had the
everything had
oysters.
cheese. I just realized that everything had cheese.
I had the oysters and the caviar, and I was just like going to town on that. That's probably why I was so unwell the whole weekend because I was like, all the food you love, I would love in theory, but I cannot eat it anymore. I literally had 3 dogs, and I was like, I haven't eaten all day. I'm like, I'm drunk as fuck. Give me
Oh
all
my
the dogs.
God. I'm so sorry. I was
No,
really
don't
conscious
be
about
sorry
like
at all.
the fish allergies and the nut allergies, and I totally
Okay, well, to like Kelsey and I together,
no.
food-wise, we are not a good match.
My two
And you're
best friends, one's
probably
allergic
so
to
annoyed.
seafood and the other one's allergic to dairy. And those are like, come on, what am I supposed to eat
Those
with you
are
guys?
your 2 food groups right there.
Truly. So, oh, and then we had caprese skewers, so you couldn't have those either.
No,
Um,
they were cute though.
so good. We did our big like walk into the dinner. Um, the dinner was stations of four. I think there was 3 or 4 different wood-fired pizzas. There was like a fig and prosciutto, a mushroom truffle, I think some sort of meat situation, and then cheese. And then they had two cheese. And then we had 2 hot dogs because you always have to have hot dogs with me. So we had
Uh-huh.
a classic hot dog and a bacon wrap dog. I'm sad I didn't have more hot dogs. I only had one, and I wish I had got more.
I ate them all.
And then we had this arugula salad with a lemon vinaigrette and pine nut dressing, which was just, and then a mini wedge salad. That's what my husband wanted. I will say the dessert was a little disappointing because we had this ice cream place that's up there, which is fantastic ice cream, but they ran out of ice cream in like 30 minutes. Like a lot of people didn't even get the ice cream, which was kind of,
Whoa.
yeah. They came up to me like 30 minutes after they started serving and were like, hey, or the photographers did, and they were like, hey, they wanted us to let you know because you haven't gotten any yet that they're almost out. And I was like, what? They just started serving. So
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there, but um, did you have any?
I had a little bit of was it sheep or goat ice cream?
It was one of those.
I think it was sheep. And that I have come to the realization I can eat and not shit my pants. And so I had just a little bit because I've never had sheep ice cream. I was like, this is a risky place to be trying this out right now.
Right.
And so I just had like the tiniest scoop and I was fine. And I told myself, I'm like, if I'm okay in the next 30 minutes, because I would know right away if it would affect me, then I would go back for more. And then I got lost and
Lost in the sauce.
lost in the sauce with everything going on. And
Well, the
yeah,
dinner
forgot about the ice
was,
cream.
yeah, the dinner was fantastic. There was people were pouring shots of 1942. I had gotten for like the name tags on the plates, so
That
everyone knew
was
where to
really
sit.
cute.
They were like hand painted oyster shells with people's names in
Yeah,
them, and people started pouring 1942 in them and doing shots as one
sure
does.
did.
Sure did. And then
Mine
my
was a
dad
little
gave,
flat, and so I had to be like,
oh yeah, some of them had a bigger, a deeper shell than others. I don't know what they're
it
called.
was more hollow.
Yours was more hollow. Um, and my dad gave a speech, which was lovely. My favorite part is that in the ceremony, the podcast was mentioned. My dad went next. He mentioned the podcast, and Daddy Solvang, aka our cockroach lord,
Yes.
was dying at every mention. He loves the podcast. Dying at every mention in the podcast. It was like a PSA. So then Ava and Kelsey get up to make their joint speech, and Ava, Ava's just like Kelsey, I think, did more of the actual talking. Again, Ava apparently didn't know she was talking until the night before, but you would just hear Ava go like, "Yeah," or like, "Truly," and decide. And then the podcast gets mentioned, and Ava goes, "Like, comment, subscribe." where were you get your podcast? And Joe, Daddy Vang, just starts dying laughing, like diabolical.
Well, I again did not know I was speaking, and Kelsey is very fearfully afraid of
Yes.
public speaking, but she did great.
She
She
did
did
great.
awesome.
She did fantastic.
And so when she like had the mic and she's like introducing herself, I'm like, and I'm Ava.
Like Ava would just pop her head in for like a little comment.
Here I am. There I'm not. Here I am. There I'm
I
not.
love it.
That's kind of how I am in real life. Here I am. There I'm not. Here I am. There I'm not.
And
Yes.
then the big surprise came, which I was I'm just gonna say this now. I was asked several months ago if this was okay, and of course I said yes. If it was my real wedding, I probably would have said no, but I don't think anyone would actually ask that at a real wedding. So the two best men get up to make their speech, and at the end, one of them proposed to his girlfriend, and she said yes. Shout out Derek and Feather.
Derek and Feather. I
Derek
was
and
so
Feather.
nervous for him the whole day. I don't know why. I think just like the short amount of time I've been friends with you all, just kind of hearing his story with past relationships, and then I don't know, I'm like,
We're not
this
allowed to
is
talk about that anymore, but yeah,
no, but I
he
was
would
like,
kill
man,
me.
this is like such a public space to do that. But it's, I mean,
Yeah, I
there's,
think if anyone, like if someone proposed to me in public in front of that many people, like where literally
yeah,
you have 80 people staring at you,
yeah.
even if I didn't want to say yes, I would probably still say yes in the moment just to spare them and myself the awkwardness and embarrassment of saying no. And then I would offline, corporate talk. We would circle back to it
Offline.
offline. And I would be like, hey, actually, gonna have to.
Yeah.
But luckily she did not do any of those things. She said yes, and it was so sweet. And I was
She was
dying
so
because
happy. I loved it.
the night before, so when Travis and Taylor got engaged, she had immediately texted Derek and said, we've been together 3 years. They've only been together 2 years. Like, where's my ring or something
Ooh,
like that? And
spicy.
he knew it was coming.
Aw.
And so then the night before, she was, we were all lit at the rehearsal, and she's
Yeah.
just going on and on about how they're not engaged yet. And I had to walk away because I could not keep a straight face because I'm just like dying
Oh
inside. I'm like, you're
no.
getting engaged tomorrow, but I can't tell you.
Oh,
And the whole dinner, I was like, when are the speeches happening? When are the speeches happening? Because I just wanted it to happen because I was so
yeah.
excited. It
It
was
was
very
great.
sweet.
It was really sweet. I'm so happy for them.
Yeah. Well, I'm convinced I think we convinced her that night that we're doing the bachelorette party in Mallorca, so you have to come. I'm inviting
Oh,
you,
perfect. Friend
obviously.
of.
Friend of. Everyone's invited. Who knows? She might have other things to say about it because, it's actually her getting married, not me, but whatever.
Fine. We'll just show up.
It's public place. You just
Yeah,
happen
it's
to
a
be there.
public place. We just so happen to be there at the same
So happen
time.
to be there.
Weird.
Weird.
Weird. But the rest of the night,
Um
the dance floor was poppin'.
Hoppin'.
Booty
My
poppin', pussy
we
poppin' everywhere.
everything. It got ratchet. It got everything I could have imagined. We very quickly put our pajamas on, like our cute matching ones, because I was not about to wear a dress all night, even though I love my dress.
It was
Um,
beautiful.
there was a photo booth. There was a roulette and two blackjack tables because we wanted it to be like James Bond Casino Royale vibes.
Yeah.
Uh, there was glow sticks came out of nowhere from my brother's wedding that
Yeah.
were left over. My favorite though, so my uncle has a really lovely singing voice. And I think he must have been talking about it with Jamie's dad because Jamie's dad was ready with his phone out, like a camera. And my uncle just grabs the mic from the DJ and starts singing. And every 10 seconds you hear, where's Jamie?
Where's
Come here,
Jamie?
Jamie. And he's
Jamie,
just
where are you?
cycling around trying to
Like,
find Jamie. Jamie has
Quando,
no idea.
Quando.
Yeah, Jamie has no idea what's happening. And Jamie's actually a lovely singer as well.
She
And
is.
so I think that's why he knew that. Like, Jamie's dad told him that she was a good singer and they should sing a song together.
Yeah.
But Jamie did not know. She just thought this guy she's never met was just calling for her on a microphone. And he would just, every 10 seconds, he'd be like, where's Jamie?
Where's Jamie?
And then he saw her from afar. He's like,
Jamie.
come here, Jamie. And she went in. So then he goes up to the photo booth and she's taking a picture with Amy. And the photo is so iconic. It's
It's so iconic.
Jamie, like, and you just see my uncle's head and like coming in with a microphone. And
The
then
microphone.
she ended up finishing the song with him and it was very sweet. But
It was so funny. It
it
was
was so funny
awesome.
too because the dance floor was like in front of my parents' living room, sliding doors. And
Yeah.
so my grandpa was very over it very early on, as you would be at 96 years old. And
Right.
so he went back in the house, got changed into his cozies, and was watching college football. Every like twerking video we have, or any video of the dance floor, you just see my grandpa in the background
In the back.
watching football like this. I'm like, it's so classic.
So sweet. It was
It was the
awesome.
best.
At one point, my husband joined him and they were watching football together
Yes.
for a hot second. And I was like, oh, it's fine.
And then you and your husband whip out the tango on the dance floor randomly. Like I just saw like, have you ever seen True
Yeah.
Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Best movie ever,
No.
obviously. Okay, so it's like I think it's a 90s movie, and it's Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jamie Lee Curtis, and he's like a secret agent, but his like signature thing when he's undercover at if they're at like a ball or something, as most secret agents are always at balls. He whips out a tango. And his like associates know that if he whips out the tango, it's like they're not going to get any like investigative work done because he has to do the tango. And so your dance reminded me of the tango.
That's probably what he was thinking. It's
Probably.
like, nothing
Gotta
to investigate here.
gotta whip out a
Like,
tango.
gotta whip out the tango.
It just came out of nowhere because all of a sudden he's like, you guys are grabbing faces like this is one
Oh,
does and doing the spin. And it's
I
very
love
like
that.
structured and it was fantastic. And
We're
then
here to put on a show.
you were, and Daddy Solvang was living his best life. Everyone
It
was
was
living their best
such
lives.
a pleasure to meet him and be
He's
part of the group chat now.
You are part of the cockroach group chat, and he is just so fun. I'm obsessed with him.
He's a great time.
He there's a video of him singing Cruel Summer with us, and it's clear he does not know the lyrics. But
I
he
love
was
it.
trying to hit the notes. And you know what? I texted him the group chat, the video the other day, and he's like, yeah, I have no recollection of this. I'm like, that's not surprising.
Nope. Yep.
Oh, a child. So my son's tractor. I'm so
Yes.
sad I missed it. I saw the aftermath. So we had to keep hiding the tractor. It's like a little John Deere tractor that's like a kid's toy tractor. It's not an actual tractor. That's what my son drove down the aisle. But of course, all the little boys wanted to play on the tractor. So it got hit a few times, but they kept finding it. We should have just unplugged the battery.
Yeah.
Kid or one of our friends from school, great family. We love them. Just drives it straight into the pool, fully clothed at like 9 o'clock at night. Luckily, there were so many people around, and he was very. I mean, he could swim, but like very quickly taken out of the pool,
Yeah.
and the tractor was saved. It's fine.
I
But
missed all
it was
that.
funny. People were like taking bets, like who's going to be the first one to fall into the pool, and it happened. But everyone was safe. And then a couple friends were thrown in the pool by each other, adult friends, and then my brother comes out as my brother per usual with swim trunks and just his bow tie on, and he jumps in the pool. And did you see that?
Fun. Probably.
Yeah. He's just chilling in the pool.
I love that.
The rest of the people that went in were fully clothed, in like suits. But yeah,
Nice.
he was smart enough to change into a swimsuit and left his bow tie on to be fancy. So
He understood the assignment.
he did. But that was the wedding, the vow
It was
renewal.
so fun. It was the best time I've had in a long time.
And then the next day, Ava unfortunately had to leave me, but I went wine tasting with
Yes.
Kelsey and Daddy Vang and our friend Marissa and Kelsey's husband Jason. And Daddy Vang was plugging the podcast hard to the wine pourer people at the
Ultimate hype girl right
tastings.
there.
He is the ultimate hype girl. And we got to get him on the pod. Like, we really do. He would be
For sure. I would love to know the ins and outs of what he does. Who is this man, this mystery? That's not really a mystery, but
the man, the myth, the legend, Daddy Vang.
yeah, there you go.
We got to get him on.
Absolutely. I
I
wish
feel
I
like
could have gone wine tasting, but I did enjoy the day with my little nephew, and It was also good for me to not keep on drinking because I had a lot of work to do Monday before we flew back to Tennessee for a quick 48 hours, and then we're back on the road again, but
Yeah.
I would have been more unwell than I was,
Yeah. Absolutely.
and I cannot feel my body from here down. Everything
Good.
hurts. But I'm a true soldier.
You were. I can't believe you taught 4 classes. I mean,
Yeah, so I like to say I have 3 jobs within one company, and so one of the 3 is I film Pure Barre classes on the streaming app, and I do this back to back to back, and they just slowly release the content throughout the months. And so I taught 4 X Plus classes, and when I'm teaching this, I'm talking and working out the entire time, like full out. And
it's not even
having,
like on Peloton. Like, so
yeah,
if you watch, so normal PBR classes, the instructor doesn't do the whole class with you because we like to say if you're taking the class, who's teaching it, right? So,
Mhm.
but on X Plus, there's not like a demo person. And so you have to do the whole thing.
Yeah,
I've watched Pelotons and like sometimes like they'll just kind of slowly, they'll still be on the bike, but they'll slowly start pedaling, like take a break while they can talk. Like it. When you're filming Pure Bar, there are no breaks for this woman. Like it is, you have to do everything perfectly the entire class.
yes.
Yeah.
And my body, I just go like full adrenaline, and it hits me maybe like an hour after I'm done filming everything. And I'm quickly like, oh, I have no feeling in my knees. Oh, I have no feeling in my hamstrings. I'm paralyzed. I'm just a floating human being. Like, how am I walking right now? But that was fun. My husband did get to watch me do all of that, and I think it was cool for him to see what I do, even though I mean, we can't talk about what he does, but I don't really know the extent of what he does, but for him to see me and I don't know. I think he appreciates what I do and that work hard at what I do, but to see it in, like, live action like that, it's really cool, and I experience that for myself when I'm, like, stopping filming, I'm like, "Whoa, I'm pretty cool."
You just did that.
I just did that, I'm pretty awesome.
If I teach like more than 3 classes in a row where I'm not even doing the whole class, like just normal teaching, I've never obviously
Yeah,
done X Plus. I'm like exhausted. I'm wiped. And so to do 4 classes in a row, I think you've done more in a day too, but
yeah,
that you're actually
terrible.
taking the whole class, like I
Yeah.
would be wrecked. I would be deceased in a coffin, just lock it up.
Yes. But anyway, that was my Monday, and sitting on the plane was terrible, just, like, completely numb, and I was completely over my husband at that point because I had, like, no feeling in my body, I was dead exhausted, and he was just being loud and obnoxious. He has terrible hearing in one of his ears, like, it's it's not good. He can't basically hear in that one ear, and but somehow I'm always sitting next to that ear, and anywho, he's just loud and had his AirPod in the whole time in his good ear, and so everything he was saying was just like everyone could hear him, and he was talking about the people in front of us, behind us, the side of us, and the man sitting next to me on one of the flights, my biggest pet peeve, I people watching this probably think we have lots of irritable pet peeves, but one of my biggest
We
ones,
do.
when someone coughs, sneezes, clears their throat, and it just doesn't need to happen. And so the man sitting next to me, not my husband, another man, would not stop coughing, would not stop clearing his throat the
Ooh,
entire 2 hours. And the second we landed, the lights turned on and he like let out a really loud cough. And my face, just was like, and looked at him. He had his head turned because I think he was embarrassed about how many times he coughed and cleared his throat on that flight,
Oh my
and
god.
could sense me just, like, death staring him every single time he did it, but my husband started cracking up. I was like, "Oh my gosh, Ava, I can't believe coughing irritates you that much." I'm like, "Shut
Oh
up."
my god.
I'm like, "Shut up. Don't
That
call
is
me out like that." And so my head
iconic.
quickly turned to him. I'm like, "Excuse me."
Excuse me, sir. Do you know how
But
loud you cough?
yeah,
So I was filming. So Ava and I's husbands notoriously have the most insane coughs. Like,
it's, like,
and it's
unnecessary
every day. I feel like they do it. They enunciate it on purpose. On purpose. So
for sure.
I was filming this morning a little video update of my bathroom renovation, and I'm like immune to it at this point. Normally, if I hear it or I catch it, I'll stop recording and redo it. But I record a little video update in my bathroom and I post it on Instagram. Jamie comments or like DMs me in response to my video and was like, "Oh my God, Garrett's coughing in the background," like with a laughing, crying face emoji. And I was like, honestly, I'm so immune to it at this point. But it's like a lot of like, like
His
it's something so deep, and I'm like, why?
he takes it to a whole whole 'nother octave, and
Whole other octave.
it's yeah, it's very unique. I don't know. But anything else that happened over the weekend? I feel like there was some other things. I mean, we did. Kelsey and I did have help from ChatGPT with the speech.
I love it. Hashtag ChatGPT.
Hashtag shout out,
Shout out.
good old chat. But oh, Single Ladies came out.
Oh, how could we forget?
How could one forget?
I put that on. I went up to the DJ and I was like, "You
Did
need
you?
to play Single Ladies because when Single Ladies comes on, something takes over Ava's body and she hits the dance floor, hits all the choreo, and it's iconic."
So I learned that dance in high school for gosh, I think it was for yeah, Mr. Ville Park. So they had like a full-on performance where these guys would get paired up with one of the dance girls and they put on a big performance and we learned the Single Ladies dance and it quickly oh wait, was it that one? No, it was Dancing with the Teachers. Okay. We had Dancing with the Teachers at our high school, and Single Ladies came out around the same time of when we were putting together what we were gonna do as far as the performance with our teacher, and my friend and I were like, "Okay, Single Ladies, we're doing it." We won that year, and that choreo has never left my body. I
I
truly
love
learned
it.
that gosh, I think I was a sophomore or junior in high school, and yeah, now anytime it plays at a wedding, all my friends know, everybody knows, clear the dance floor, Ava's coming out, like,
And honestly, we
do
didn't have
not
to
get in
tell
her way.
anyone. You started dancing, and literally the dance floor cleared, and everyone was just circled around with their phones
I
out.
mean, you have to, like, there's no way to compete with that.
You can't. What are you gonna
You
do?
can't yeah, and my loving husband every single time is like, "There she goes again, still doing Single Ladies."
Still out here
She's still doing
doing
it.
it.
Oh,
Ava whipped
it's
it
so
out.
good.
So we had won a contest for Pure Bar, and we got a free 7-night princess cruise. And if you've been on, I know we talk about cruising a lot. It's a fan favorite over here. Princess cruises are very nice, but the average age is probably like 62. Like it's a very old demographic.
Oh, yeah.
So they have a club. And so of course we went to it every night. We were one of like
We
20
sure did.
people in this club. Like it was not, if you've been on like a Virgin or even a Carnival cruise, anything like with a younger demo, this is not it. It's single, it's the first time I saw it. Single Ladies comes on and Ava just takes over the dance floor and does the whole choreo. And everyone, all 20 people were like,
All 20
who
all
is this?
20 people on the cruise.
Who is this young buck out here just doing the thing? So after that, every time we're at any sort of dance situation, I ask for the song to be played just so I can see it.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I love doing it. It's so fun. I mean, people expect it out of me, but then at the same time, they don't
Yeah.
if they don't know me.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where I'm at. That song comes on and I'm just like a random guest at a wedding.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
One
You
would
don't,
say I'm memorable.
you are memorable. And
Thank you.
I love in the video too. My Ava's doing the dance and it's like the booty slapping part. And you just see my uncle walk behind to go ask to sing another song. And
He's
he's just like, huh. And he just
he's
keeps
like,
walking.
"Oh, look at her go."
Look at her go.
I need
Look
to
at her
know
go.
more about this uncle. Where does he live, or can we talk about it? Um,
He lives in
he's
San Bernardino.
okay.
I think he's retired.
Is he a dentist?
No.
Did we talk about this? No.
Yeah. One of my other uncles is a dentist.
Okay.
I don't,
How did
I
my
want to,
husband know that? Because he was like, "I'm pretty sure that's her uncle that's a dentist." I was like, "How do you know this?" He's like, "Oh, Bill told me."
oh, Bill. No, that one's not a dentist. I don't remember what he did for work before he was retired, but it was not dental.
He's a great time.
He is really fun and super sweet. Shout out Uncle Bill. So I have my Uncle Bill and then my grandpa's also named Bill, so they're both Bills.
Yes. Okay, that's what
Um,
confused me because I forgot what his name was, and my husband was like, "No, that's Bill." I was like, "No, that's Grandpa Bill." He's like, "And that's also her Uncle Bill." I was
yeah.
like, "I think you're confused."
When I did the seating chart for the wedding, it just said Bill and then Bill. And my wedding planner thought it was a typo. She's like, "There's two. Did you mean it?" And I was like, "I'll change one to Grandpa, or I think I did William and then Bill, just to make it easy."
That's so
But
great.
yeah. So
What a time.
what a time! Well, that was our weekend. I got home super late Sunday night, and by the time I needed to shower. I still had red wine stains down my thigh
That's crazy.
from dancing on the dance floor, and I got the kids into bed at like 10:30 at night on Sunday and then got into the shower, or as I was going to take off my clothes, I was like, I cannot go to sleep with wet hair. So my hair was crunchy in a rat's nest because I had worn it up, but it was not happening. But I needed to shower because I just felt sticky and
Yeah,
gross. And I was like, I'll re-shower in the morning to wash my hair. Oh, I I take off my shirt and I was like, I smell terrible. Like, that was one of the nicest showers I've ever taken. It was just so refreshing. Just
I
felt like I was
bet.
getting the grime of the dance party off of me finally.
That's how I'm gonna feel when I take this bad boy out of my hair.
Yeah, but Susan always does the best hair looks on you.
Susan is the best. Check her out. Social media. Spells her name differently though, but she does all of my hair and makeup for X Plus, and she loves doing all these fun little braids.
Love it.
So fun.
Well, that's our program. Do you have any final thoughts on the weekend?
No, just love you. So
Love
happy for you.
you.
It was so much fun. You guys know how to throw a party. That's for
I love
damn
a
sure.
party. I love a party and I take pride in throwing parties, and I wanted this one to be epic, and I in my eyes it was. I hope everyone had a good time.
It was so much fun. Everyone had a blast. Like everyone there it was so fun because these are friends that you've known forever that have been with you through different seasons of your life. And then you have like the newer ones like me, where I feel like too, when you meet people in your adult ages as friends, I feel like it's easier to click right away. And those are like your ride and dies too. And so everyone from like old to new, it was just the best group of people. My husband said
Yeah.
that too. That is probably the best group of people we could have in our lives all there. I was like,
Yeah.
"They're cool. They're awesome, all of you guys."
I really have lucked out with the best friends, the best family.
Yes.
My child's starting to melt. Uh,
Slowly melting.
He's slowly melting down. But no, I am just so blessed with like the best people in my life, and I'm glad they were all there. I'm part of it. And the
Thank
ones who weren't
you for
able to
having
make it, you know, I love you guys too.
Who wasn't there?
Mostly family, especially on my side,
Okay.
because my brother had just gotten married up there
Got
in
it.
May,
Yeah.
which 100% they should go to his actual wedding versus my fake wedding. And they were all at the first ones. Like, you don't need a second
Right.
one.
Yeah.
But no, it's a big like commitment and cost to like travel somewhere for that when they had just gone up there a few months prior. So um but yeah,
It was
I loved
awesome.
it. It was great.
You're awesome.
Well, that was our weekend. And this was a very special episode because all you got to hear about was our shenanigans. But next week, we'll be back with our regularly scheduled programming of our dramatic reading, still our weekend update, our main event, work topic, our reality recap, all the things in between. And I am so glad that this happened where I didn't have to talk about the finale of The Summer I Turned Pretty.
It will get brought up. It will. I will find a way because there are thoughts. There are lots of emotions. So, the child.
Child, Farrell.
Feral. Well, that's that on that, everyone.
Thank you guys for being here. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.